Hello craft friends, thank you for joining me here on YouTube today to do some crafting with the new Bold Floral range. So today I'm using the paper pack, which comes with 30 sheets of patterned paper, and I'm using ephemera from the 4 different ephemera packs. So we have a sentiments pack, a bugs pack, a floral pack and a butterfly pack, and I have sketched out some very excellent designs for the cards I want to do, so let's get started. For this first card I'm using the Bugs ephemera pack, which is this one, and I want to do a ladybird card. So for the background paper I'm choosing this green one because I think it'll be a nice contrast to the red ladybird. As always, I start my cards by drawing around the card blank so I can get the right size and shape for my background piece of paper, and then I will trim it just a little bit smaller to leave a white border. I don't know what's happened to my big ruler. It's somewhere lost amongst the craft disc bits and pieces. But this little one works just fine for now. Okay, so I've trimmed that a bit smaller and it should fit nicely on the front here. Sort of. I think these card blanks aren't always perfectly cut. I'm going to trim a tiny bit more off this side. I trim with it facing down because I find it easier to check the straightness of my line when I'm looking at the blank side rather than the patterned side. I think that will be fine. That will do. Okay, I'm using tacky glue to stick this down. I prefer tacky glue over tape, for example, because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room before it sets, so you can adjust the paper slightly if you need to. And then I've got my ladybird. So in the ephemera pack you'll see I've created a few different sizes. So for this card I want the bigger ladybird. This is nice thick sturdy card, so you can use it with foam squares to raise it up and it stays sturdy and robust. I want a leaf to go underneath the ladybird as well. Maybe this one. And then I've got a sentiment that matches the ladybird that says "Hey lady." And now I feel like it needs a little something else to ground it as well. Maybe I want a pop of yellow in here. So the patterned paper pack comes with this really pretty stitch design, which is one of my favourites that I created. I don't know why, because it's so simple, but I just really like that it's so bright and so kind of, yeah, it reminds me of embroidery, which is why I like it so much. But I want something in the middle here. I don't know whether I want to do a square panel or whether I want to punch a circle. I don't really want a square panel, I don't think. Let's see what it looks like if we punch a circle. I have this 2 1/4 inch punch that I got from Stampin' Up quite a few years ago, and I use it all the time. It's the biggest circle punch they had, and I just find it so much quicker than die cutting, because I use circles a lot. Let's see how this looks when we layer it up. I do tend to layer up my designs before I glue them down if I'm not sure what the placement's going to be like, and if I even want those specific pieces. I'm wondering if we need more leaves. This one got a bit damaged on the cutter when we made them, so unfortunately it falls into my craft stash. If anything gets damaged, it doesn't get sent out to customers, it comes to me. Haha, I don't mind that at all. So I normally at this stage just spend a little while playing around with the design to get something that I think looks most visually appealing. Let's keep the sentiment on there because I think I know I want that bottom right. I don't think this circle's big enough, so I don't know. We could have a border maybe. We'll see what it looks like with the yellow border. So here I'm just going to use the lines on my cutting mat to measure, what shall we have, maybe 3 centimeters? Should we have a 3 centimeter thick border? Let's see how that looks. And then when I have these pieces left over at the end of projects, if I don't use them, they just go in my little bag. Like I have a whole plastic wallet of pieces for each of our collections, and then I can just pull them out and use whichever bits I want for the next cards. What have I done with my pieces? Here we go. So I know I want the leaf. I know I want the ladybird. How does the smaller one look? This is not coming together as I pictured. I don't like this either. I know I want to add some silver gems to finish it off, but it feels too... Does it feel too sparse? Maybe it's okay if it's so simple, if we have a lot of white space. Maybe I should have layered another piece on top. I suppose I still could. That's what we got. I don't want to add too many layers because the patterns are bold. I don't want to have it too complex. I could grab a piece from the Pretty Stitches paper pack, which coordinates with this range. So I have some pieces here that I've been working with for other projects. I could add like an orange strip, a splash of red. You know what, I might do without. I think I might just stick these down and then add gems enough to add interest. So I'm going to do the leaf flat and then the other elements raised up. How did I have this little guy? Facing that way, facing that way, facing down. Maybe just slightly offset from the leaf. And then this one I want to raise up as well. I feel like everything maybe needed to be a little bit further down the card, but never mind. Not every card comes out perfect. I'm sure most of the cards I make have one or two little things that I don't love about them. But I tend not to obsess over any single card. I just kind of finish them however, and then move on. Make something similar again, or just move on to something completely different. How many gems do I want? Maybe I want to move that one. I move that one, I need to move that one. I don't know how to describe how I decide where to place the gems because I want them to look not too tightly structured but not random in an odd way. I want them to look scattered but like they've fallen in a aesthetically pleasing way. I don't know how to describe how I decide where they go. But I do normally group them with threes because I think it looks more balanced. But then I don't really want that one there. Maybe we'll have to have 5 over here. Odd numbers seems to look best. Okay, there we go, that's our first one done. For this card I want to do butterflies, so I'm using the butterflies ephemera pack, and I've pulled out the pink, blue and yellow ones and a sentiment which is actually from the floral pack. And the background paper I want to use is this really bright flower pattern. So again, I'm just going to draw around the card blank to get the right size, and I'm going to cut a fair bit off because I want quite a thick white border. And this is a card blank that I made myself from thick white cardstock, A4 cut in half to make A5 and then folded to make the A6 size card blank. I went online to have a look for some card blanks to buy because I'm running low, and the prices have just gone up so much. It used to be, you know, £4 or £5 for a pack of 50 card blanks, and now it's like £8, £9, £10. I just thought, you know, I do have the cardstock, I can just make my own. So I did. I have a box of envelopes, A6 size envelopes that I bought a while back, so I can just make the card blanks to fit. Another way I like to make card blanks, which I might do a video on at some point, is just to fold the 6x6 papers in half and then put another one inside that's relatively plain and that you can write on, or put a panel in, and then that makes a really cute size slimline card. Okay, so happy with the size of that. Might flip it over so that that's slightly jagged edges along the bottom. I have a guillotine which I use to cut them, but I don't know if the blade's going a bit, or if it's just because this is such thick cardstock it didn't cut particularly well. Okay, so I'll just adhere this to the front, and then I want to arrange the butterflies, see what looks best. So in the ephemera pack there's 2 of each butterfly. You can use them separately, they're slightly different sizes, but what I'm going to do for this card is layer them up so that I can have one with raised wings like that, which I think will look cool. So I might construct these little raised wing butterflies first. I might cut these in half. I just need to find my scissors. Here we go. Whoops, knocking things off the desk. So I want these to be raised. This one on top so that the wings can be folded up, which I think looks cool. I got very excited when I thought about the idea of designing them that way. So I'm going to do that for all of these. There we go. And then this one too. I quite like the slightly double effect of it. It looks like they're moving, like they're fluttering past so quickly that they almost look blurred. Okay, and now I want to arrange these on, like, where's that circle I punched? Somewhere. The yellow circle that I punched for the last card that I didn't use. I want to use it for this one. It's gone walkies. Does this happen to you too? I mean, like, it's not exactly a massive space to lose something in, and yet it's just gone. It's okay, we'll punch some more. Okay, let's see how these look if we pop them behind. There's too many. If I have one up there, one down there. That's what I pictured, but it might be a bit much. Should we have just one? One in the center that they're grouped around? Maybe that's better, just to ground them in one place. I might use this one because it has more of the stitched pattern in the center. How did I have them? Like that. And then this along the bottom. Now I could raise these up on foam squares again, or I could stick them down flat. What will I do? Let's glue this down first. I think I will raise them up on foam squares as well, just because I really like cards with a lot of dimension. I'm usually giving my cards to people in person. I don't normally have to post them, so I don't mind if they've got lots of layers and lots of height to them. I'm just going to arrange them on here again to check the placement first before I glue any down. Sometimes what I do is take a photo of the arrangement before I stick them down. Maybe I take a photo of a few different arrangements and then decide what I like best before I stick them down. But I'm using my phone to film, so I can't do that at the moment. That's okay. The other thing I'm looking out for is just to make sure that nothing is overhanging the edge of the card too much. A tiny bit is okay, but if it overhangs too much it won't fit in the envelope. Which sometimes I think, oh, I don't mind that, but then when I come to actually put them in the envelope and, you know, give them to people, I'm just thinking, oh, why have I done that? Why have I designed it that way? So I try and make sure they don't stick off too much. And this will raise up as well. Go. And then I think we definitely need some sparkly gems to finish. If you know me and you know StickerKitten, you know that we're all about kind of eco-friendliness and avoiding plastic, and I know sparkly gems don't fall into that category, but I have a lot of gems. They already exist on this planet, so I figure they might as well get used up while I have them. Go. Again, I'm grouping them in threes. And you know, I love sparkly things. If I could have all of the sparkly things without them being made of plastic, that would be so good. But I need to do more research, find out ways that we can have sparkly, beautiful things that aren't made of plastic. There we go. Butterfly card is complete. For my third and final card, I want to use a craft card blank, just for something a little different. These are 5x5 ones again, from Craft UK. And the patterned paper I'm going to use is this one from the Bold Floral pack, and this one from the Pretty Stitches paper pack. The colours are designed to coordinate, so you can use these for kind of like your backgrounds and accents, and where you need a plainer coordinating paper, and then the Bold Floral pack for all your bright patterns and kind of statement pieces. So I could have it this way round, but it's covering a lot of the pattern. So if we have it like this, and then I know for this one I want to use a mix of two different ephemera packs. So this is the floral ephemera pack, which comes with lots of different flower pieces and sentiments, and then also there is a, where have you gone? This specific sentiments pack, which comes with big sentiments like this, and these are all drawn by me, hand drawn digitally, and then I've turned them into these cute ephemera, which is very fun. So for this card I'm going to do birthday, and then what I want to do is layer different flowers around the sentiment underneath it, so it kind of looks like it's bursting with flowers, which will be cute. So I was wondering if this would be too busy, but actually I think it'll be okay. So let's do this first. Of course, I've lost my ruler. Tell me in the comments, do you tidy up as you go when you craft? I definitely don't, but I feel like maybe I should, because things seem to take a long time because I lose all my pieces and all my tools. But I feel like most of us are probably messy crafters, right? And then, like, I don't know, some people might then tidy up their desk ready for the next day, but I would just probably leave this for about 10 weeks, thinking, oh, well, you know, I'm going to come back to my desk and do some more cards, and then, you know, I just don't get around to it, it just sits out here. I know not everyone has the luxury of a craft space. I think a lot of you are probably crafting at your dining room tables, your kitchen tables, or on your lap on the sofa so you can watch a bit of telly. Which sounds fabulous, actually. I feel like I want to have like a mini kit downstairs so I can just sit and watch TV or YouTube or something and get some crafting done at the same time. Then it feels like I'm being really efficient, getting two things done at once, you know, catching up on programs and YouTube videos and also getting some cards made. So to get the right size for my front panel, I just draw around the background panel, and then, oops, I need to add another line, and then I'll just trim that smaller again. I need to decide how much of a border I want to leave. I always do this by eye, so maybe like half a centimetre all the way around, so I know I want to cut about 1 centimetre off. I think this ruler is about 1 centimetre thick, so I can just cut along the inside line of this. You know, I need to think of a project that uses up all these strips, because I end up with so many of them. And I put them all in my little plastic wallets and keep them all and think, oh yes, I'll definitely use them for something. And I do sometimes use them for borders and pennants, but I mean I have a lot more than I actually get around to using. Maybe that's going to have to be one of my next YouTube videos, how to use up all those scrap strips that you end up with. Okay, I'm happy with the sizing of that, so I'm going to stick these down. this glue is running out, so I've been leaving it upside down in a cup so it can drain to the tip. Otherwise it takes me about 5 minutes to actually get any glue out of it. And I'm a quick crafter, so I don't like waiting too long. Impatient, some might say. Okay, that looks cool. Now I want to arrange the sentiments. So I definitely want this to be raised up on foam squares. So I think I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm gonna put those on there now. We've all got a bit of a cough and a cold in the Douglas household. Leo's had a cough for about, oh gosh, I don't know, 5 weeks at least, it feels like. Thankfully Orla's not got it too bad, but I had it last week where it just kept waking me up at night. You know when you get like that tickle in your throat and you're just, oh, it's so annoying. You're just like, come on, I need to sleep, body, why are you doing this? But thankfully the night coughing's gone away, but I still have a slightly croaky throat in the day. And you might be able to hear James coughing in the background as well. We all sound like we've got the plague. Right, so I'm gonna add some of the long stemmed flowers on the edges so you can kind of see the stems and the leaves. And then I want these cute little orange leaves peeking out too, so one at the top, one at the bottom, and a green leaf, maybe have that up here. And then I want something else on the bottom. So I was thinking maybe I might snip that off so it fits just under there. Yeah, that's okay. See, this is the point where I would maybe like take a little photograph of the placement I want so that I can replicate it. I'll just try and remember what I've done. If I take that off actually, then I can kind of, oh, it didn't really work. Okay, well I'm going to glue these down flat rather than using foam squares, but I'm not going to glue down the whole bit. I'm going to glue down like the on the bottom and then allow it to sort of be folded up slightly. I guess I could also stick this down first and then tuck them below, but I find that sometimes when I do that they don't always tuck as far down as I want and I'm not always, you know, so happy with the appearance of it afterwards. It might work for the side ones. We'll see. Sometimes feels a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle, trying to place everything in the right area. So I've glued just the stem there, but not the top. Let's see if we can put a little bit of a little piece of foam under the top of the flower to make it pop forwards. Yeah, I think that works okay. Let's just check again. I've got that in the centre. I think that's okay. And we'll glue the stem of this one. I don't want to stick off the end of the card too much, but I also don't want to hide too much of the stem. I want that to be visible, so I just need to like... Did I have that the other way up? I feel like I had that going downwards, did I? Never mind, I've got this one that's going down, so that should be fine. But I will put another little foam square piece under the top of the flower for that one. This one, again, we'll glue the stem and raise up the top part. I'm starting to get glue all over the place now. See if I can try and cover that a bit. And then this little guy is going to go down there. Come on, glue, you can do it. It sounds like it's wheezing, like the effort of producing glue is just too much for it. There we go, you may rest. Okay, I think that looks cool. Maybe that one's in a slightly awkward place, but never mind. As I say, it can't be perfect all the time, can it? I'll just try and put this down lightly first so I can check I'm happy with where it is. And then I'll press it down to fix it in place. And then let us add some more gems. Where are the tweezers? I didn't used to use tweezers for gems, but I do now because I just think it lets you see better where you're placing them, and then obviously the tiny ones that just like stick to your fingers and it's too awkward. Where do I want these? That one's a bit big. I think we want some slightly smaller ones. Go for there, there. And then down here we'll have some. There we go. Does it need anything else? I kind of feel like I want something there, like a little bow or something, but maybe not. Maybe it will do as it is. There we go. Floral birthday card is complete.
Thank you for hanging out with me today and doing some crafting, and if you'd like to order any of the Bold Floral products that you saw during today's video, then pop over to StickerKitten.co.uk, and on the left hand side menu you'll see a tab that says Bold Floral and all the products will be there. Thank you, bye!